the gospel. Civil rights leader, yes, but definitely a preacher. He was not a politician. So we have to remember that President Obama is a politician. Martin Luther King Jr. was a man of God. And you can no more compare President Obama to Martin Luther King Jr. than you can to Moses. Martin Luther King Jr. was more like Moses. And, of course, President Obama is not. So I just hope that people will re-examine history and to know that Martin Luther King Jr. was pro-life. His wife, Coretta King, was pro-choice, just like Mrs. Barbara Bush and Mrs. Laura Bush are pro-choice and think a woman should have the right to choose abortion, but their husbands do not. That was the truth of Martin Luther King Jr. He did not even go to the Margaret Sanger Awards program. When he was offered that award, his wife went and accepted the award because she was pro-choice.
Sure, and
So
people weren't as informed. And people weren't as informed, obviously, back in the 60s and things. We understand the larger eugenics program now, and you're a great voice exposing that. I've seen you on TV and heard you on radio, and now you've been here. Dr. Alveda C. King, thank you so much for coming on, and I look forward to talking to you coming up in late June to do a full interview on your book.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. God bless you. Guys, get her set up right now. Well, there she goes, ladies and gentlemen. Very, very exciting to be getting that lined up for a full 30-minute interview with her. Now, I'm going to go back to your phone calls on the subject of the police departments nationwide. This is in the documents. We have the articles, Infowars.com, training that veterans are what Homeland Security's for. Number one, enemy veterans. Number two, gun owners. Number three, Christian conservatives. It just moves down from there. Pro-life advocates, you name it. And then Al-Qaeda is not even on that list. That is sensational news. So I've been harping on that a lot. We'll take your phone calls for the rest of this hour. Then the next hour, I've got to get to the latest Benghazi news, the latest Holder news, the latest China massing on the Vietnam border news, GOP rollback school lunch programs. We're going to get to a ton of news, new NSA news. It's all coming up. But let's go out to break with this Soylent Green breakdown that dovetails with what Mrs. King was just talking about. Here it is. And then we will come back after the break. Aborted babies incinerated to heat UK hospitals. Soylent Green, ladies and gentlemen, is made out of people.
But now children are literally being passed through the furnace in order to fuel hospitals in the UK. They're being sacrificed on the altar of efficiency and prosperity.
What is the secret of Soylent Green?
The powdered flesh from dead babies. Some people believe they can cure disease.
Because of its enormous popularity, Soylent Green is in short supply. Remember, Tuesday is Soylent Green Day.
The supply of Soylent Green has been exhausted. You must evacuate the area.
The federal court ruled that the shareholders of PepsiCo, big Bilderberg Group company, are not allowed to know what they're using the baby parts for in the flavoring, but we already know. So enjoy the flavor.
We're going to get the real solution, which is going to be a combination of death panels and sales taxes.
I'm consistently pro-death. I'm for assisted suicide. I'm for regular suicide. I'm for whatever gets the freeway moving.
Is spending $1 million on that last 3 months of life for that patient, would it be better not to lay off those 10 teachers and to make that trade up in medical costs? But that's called the death panel, and you're not supposed to have that discussion.
They told me to say that they were sorry, but that you had become unreliable.
Is this the kind of society that you want to live in? Any kind of society that would do this to its children will do it to its senior citizens. It will do it to its dissidents. That kind of society will also eventually turn on its police, on its army, on its prison guards, on the quislings and the collaborators who make that possible. This is nothing but a suicide cult.
The scoops are on their way. The scoops are on their way. I repeat, the scoops are on their way.
You will find out why Soylent Green means life. You will find out why Soylent Green means death.
We gotta stop them!
What is the Soylent Green is people!
Next thing they'll be breeding us like cattle for food. You gotta tell them.
Well, we are telling them, Chuck. Charlton Heston was a pro-gun, pro-life activist, and, of course, he was a civil rights activist. About 10 years before it was cool, he was doing it in the late 40s, early 50s, going to places in Alabama and Oklahoma where he was being death-threatened. That's why he's hated by Michael Moore, because he was a real liberal. Charlton Heston, a guy that I got a chance to talk to a few times on air, but also on the phone privately. He was so cool, man. It's just, I'm not a starstruck person, but Charlton Heston would spend like 25, 30 minutes on the phone with me, giving me pep talks. And I learned that he did that to a lot of other people. He cared so much. We'll be right back with your phone calls. A true veteran for liberty.
So my elementary school-age child is begging me for a cell phone.
Please, Mom, please. All the kids have them.
But I've seen the research, and it makes sense to me that any mobile device that operates using electromagnetic frequencies that close to me or my child's head needs to be blocked.
Harmful wireless radiation is real. Protect yourself and your loved ones with Block It Pocket. Call 888-315-9618. Free shipping to the lower 48. BlockItPocket.com. Enhancing health and privacy.
Tired of taking handfuls of vitamin pills? Look and feel super with a great-tasting liquid vitamin and mineral supplement called Passion for Life. This incredible 1-ounce daily drink can lead to better stamina and energy due to faster, more complete absorption. Passion for Life contains 135 all-natural whole food ingredients. It's the best-tasting, most powerful product of its kind on the market. Order now by calling 844-TRY-LIFE or find out much more about Passion for Life by visiting 844TryLife.com. 844TryLife.com.
Big business has discovered the preparedness market, and that makes it difficult to know where to go and who to trust. MyPatriotSupply.com is owned and operated by patriots just like you. Has the best prices on storable food, non-GMO seeds, water filtration devices, home canning equipment, survival and self-reliance books, and more. MyPatriotSupply.com has old-fashioned values and the absolute best customer service in the industry. Look for the deal of the day, unique, affordable survival supplies that fit anyone's budget. Get same-day shipping on all orders and free shipping on orders over $49. Call 866-229-0927, 866-229-0927, or visit MyPatriotSupply.com for emergency preparedness, self-reliance, and food independence. Shop with a name you know and a name you can trust. Before it's time to survive, it's time to prepare. MyPatriotSupply.com.
General, what do you think about the FBI saying that there's a terror alert on Monday about a potential Fort Hood situation?
The police are shoving people, shoving Alex, shoving the crowd.
Here we go, folks. I'm being assaulted.
Whether it's the radio show, the news websites, documentary films, or the nightly news, InfoWars is the tip of the spear.
Is this another false flag stage attack to take our civil liberties and put more homeland security while sticking their hands down on the pants on the streets?
It's up to us to set brush fires in the minds of men and women everywhere. And that's what PrisonPlanet.tv is designed to do.
You watch, the Assad regime is going to be blamed or accused of using chemical weapons against the so-called rebels.
What we see now is a war against reality. It's a war against the truth.
It's more vital than ever that supporters of freedom become members of PrisonPlanet.tv and share their membership with up to 11 friends and family. Visit InfoWarsNews.com today. Become a member, share your membership, and help take the InfoWar to the next level. Jones here, back live from Austin, Texas. Our reporters are at the AP Hill base, Army base, and what looks like FEMA camp, where they have a mock U.S. city in Bowling Green, Virginia, outside Bowling Green. Look, the globalists want to build this police state, InfraGard, clergy response team, secret police, Obama globalist army, whose main enemy is the American people, in silence. They want to just build it with no debate, deny it's there. The Emergency Centers Establishment Act, the Civilian Inmate Labor Camp Program, all of this is real and public now. They just don't give you the details and the specifics of each facility. And I knew this one was special, so the guys have confidently wandered right in, and we may have snuck underneath the giant's nose. My gut tells me they're watching the live feed, obviously, right now. As even admitted, the White House tunes into the show. Foreign governments do. And they're leaving you alone because they realize making a scene and arresting you and making stuff up will only draw attention to the facility. So they are making the right move in their PSYOP. That's what the Deputy Secretary of the Defense said a few months ago. They said, we've got to stop lying and be more, oh my gosh, there's the entrance, it looks like, to the underground facility. Okay, let's go to Biggs right now. Biggs, go ahead.
All right, we're just walked over the overpass. As you can see, there's a train track right here, and it's starting to lead into an underground area. So we're going to try to approach this and see what we can see from there.
Yeah, that looks... well, I don't really know how to describe it until we know exactly what's going on.
It's very dark, and it goes deep down in here, so we're going to walk under here real quick and see what we can...
Very far in, we'll probably lose our feet, but we'll try.
This looks like the beginning of a zombie movie. You're about to find a bunch of canisters in there with a bunch of Hillary Clinton clones.
God, I hope not. I don't know if I can handle that today. Yeah.
Here we go. They're about to go into the subterranean area. We don't know. I mean, that looks like a real train track that they've directed in there, but looks like they've cut some of the tracks and they just run into a wall.
Yeah, look down. I mean, this has got an actual... This is real.
Yeah.
I mean, this is legit. This is an actual switchboards and everything on here to be able to maneuver the train.
And is that tunnel open?
Yeah, it's wide open. I'm going to walk in here. As long as I can hear you guys talking, I know you'll be able to see everything. So we're gonna go as far as we can.
All right, well, you guys do whatever you think's best if it disconnects, but just go ahead and go down into that tunnel and find out what's there. They could be walking directly into an underground base right now, ladies and gentlemen. There goes Staff Sergeant Joe Biggs with David Knight down the tunnel.
It smells like gasoline.
All right, well, don't worry if it cuts out about coming back out. Go in and find out what's in there. Get HD video. We'll find out. All right, their feed cut. We'll come back to them in the next hour. That's pretty good radio, huh? And again, I'm going to get even more great reporters like this that aren't cowards, and then we're going to go out and just start covering everything, folks. Our team is awesome. Thank God for them. Thank you. And thank you all for your support. By the way, that's why you've got to go to InfoWarsLife.com, get the Super Male Vitality, the Nascent Iodine, the Lung Cleanse, the Fluoride Shield that cuts out the other toxins and chelates. All of it, InfoWarsLife.com. That's how we're funding this operation. And we are sworn to defend the Republic. We are sworn to not pull punches and just tell it like it is and try to expose what's happening and cause a public debate about where this society is going. Because if we have a debate, we know people are going to say no. The best water filters, the best books, films, patriot, literature, preparedness, storable foods, InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsStore.com, or 888-253-3139. And a lot of unusual items and great shortwave radios at the very lowest price. You're going to find them anywhere. Crank ones, solar-powered, you name it. InfoWarsStore.com, InfoWarsLife.com, or become a PrisonPlanet.tv member and share it with up to 11 people. So you can actually see the subscriber nightly news. So we have our own platform that can't be shut down as easily. We'll be right back with more from our guy.
This is GCN, the Genesis Communications Radio Network.
A chemical spill contaminating the water supply in 9 West Virginia counties.
This year alone, over 300,000 people in West Virginia had their drinking water contaminated.
What are the health effects of having these drugs in our drinking water?
It's forced medical treatment without the consent of residents.
My friends, water filtration is one of the most basic actions you can take to protect you and your family from the harmful toxins and heavy metals in your tap water.
On average, the county says it sprays with the glyphosate at least once a week.
Few filters cut out the glyphosate that is found in water supplies worldwide. Remove pesticides, herbicides, chloramines, hydrofluorosilicic acid, sodium hexafluorosilicate.
Fluoride, it is in tea, it's in coffee, it's in water, it's in bread, it's in toothpaste.
It is our responsibility to protect our families. The establishment's not going to do it. It's time to take action. It's time to filter our water. Visit InfoWarsStore.com and use promo code WATER to get 10% off their entire family of incredible products. Or call toll-free 888-253-3139.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network.